With Rigid Band coming out in Pokemon 151, is it finally time to reconsider Oinkologne EX? The issue that Oinkologne initially had was, funny enough, it was too low HP to do any tanking. Yes, it could dodge a Giratina swing, but with more EXs coming out, the V-Guard energy and the Radiant Gardevoir become less and less effective. But thanks to Rigid Band, we can at least have a 290 HP hit point requirement to KO us in one shot, which is an absolute world of a difference from 260. Now, don't get me wrong, if your opponent is using a V to attack you, you could still use the V-Guard, bringing you to an effective 320, throw in Radiant Gardevoir, and they have to hit 340 to KO you. And then you might be wondering about the 1-hit KO decks, right? You have the Chen Pao running around. Well, Path to the Peak should be able to sort them out nicely. So it's not all doom and gloom in that kind of matchup. I'm sure you just want to see how Oinkologne does with the new cards that have been released. So why don't we get into some games? Before we begin, I'd like to thank the sponsor of the channel, PTCGL store, where you can buy codes with 5% off using a discount code FTW. It's a way to support the channel whilst getting something in return, so why not? Now, with that said, let's get going. All right, we're playing Lost Tina, which is quite good for us, all things considered, because we can tank. Lost Tina doesn't always hit their crams turn 2. They're far less consistent in doing so. So should I get a Skwovet down, or should I go for another Lechonk? No, looking at my hand, I think I go for another Lechonk, right? Also, I know Mew's going to be very good here as well, but setup is key. The others are basic that don't need to evolve, so they can be searched out with Nest Balls and stuff. So I think we get another Lechonk. I'm going to throw a Rigid Band down, throw a V-Guard on, throw a Path to the Peak. Do I throw a Path? Yeah, I do. If they have Greninja, it kind of stops that a little bit. And then I'm going to end turn with a pretty good hand following. Let's hope they don't disrupt us. This being Lost Box, they're probably not going to disrupt us. There's a Jet Energy coming on the Tina. And it looks like they might just go for an Abyss Seeking. They might have a terrible hand. Iono? No way! But I didn't see an Iono coming. This is Tina. That said, they do play 2 Iono and a Roxanne most commonly. But it's fine. We just get our cards anyway. Just get them back. Sure thing, Chief. Sure thing. There's a VIP pass. Going to get some comfies down. It would be very dangerous, of course, for them to throw a Greninja, which this deck typically does. And they're going to vacuum, actually. Maybe they're going to get rid of the Rigid Band because this deck can operate under Path. But the V-Guard should do enough anyway. They are going to get rid of the Rigid Band, and they are going to go for an Abyss Seeking. I think what I do here is try and set up my Mew now. I've clearly got a turn or two where they're not really going to do any serious harm. So setting up a Mew here is quite good. And I kind of like Arven, actually, because it will get my Rigid Band back, which doesn't matter too much, but I think I will put it on my bench to Oinkologne, but it means I can get a Nest Ball for Mew. So I will put a Rigid Band here. Then I'm going to Nest Ball, and we will get Mew down. So there's a new threat that they clearly must be aware of enough when playing this deck now. So they're probably going to try and target it. So maybe I shouldn't have, but I need to get out at least a turn before, right? Otherwise, you know, how am I going to get it going? So I think I had to do that. Either way, there's a threat on the Giratina for a 1-hit KO next turn if we find a turbo. If not, of course, we can Cheren's Care and stuff and play about, but we'll see how what our opponent decides. There's a Psychic on the Sableye, and they just go for another Abyss Seeking. No shot. Okay. They're thinking they ain't got a KO on me. No shot, bro. Well, I'm going to find a turbo. You watch. You watch, okay? Hands kind of brick, so I'm going to Iono here. Go on. I just need a turbo. Oh, no, that's not good. But we do get Skwovet, which is very important. I'm going to Ultra Ball here, get rid of Gardevoir and Judge, and get myself a Manaphy in case they do throw down a Greninja. You never know. You never know. That said, this is 2 easy targets for Sableye, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Nest Dash, let's just go. We have to get a KO here now, bro. I'm going to play this and fail it. We haven't prized any. We did prize 2 Jet. We haven't prized any turbo, so there is 4 in deck. We've definitely got to get it, bro. There's no chance we don't. There we go. Lovely stuff. The aggression begins. Heavy Stomp. That, my friend, is juicy. We don't get the tails to boot, but that's all right. If they swing into us and do some damage, Cheren's Care will do it. If not, we can manually retreat. It's not the end. Let's see what they decide to do from here, though. This is already looking quite strong. There's a Chorus Experiment coming out. Getting rid of a Sableye and a Nest Ball. They are now at 7. The big old 7. Thankfully, no Requiem just yet. But that said, as soon as they Requiem, that's when Mew comes into the fray. That said as well, they're probably going to try Boss Requiem. That's probably their strategy, so to speak. There's a Mirage Gate. They're going to throw an Ender 2 energy on the Tina here. They might try and go for a Shred, which would be interesting. No, they're going to go for a Jet on the Comfy. No, I don't think they are. I think they're working on Requiem. I need to disrupt their hand a bit here. I know I got rid of a Judge earlier, but if I can find something to help with that again, that'd be quite nice. There's a Cram. Now it's up to them to decide what they want to do. They might just go into the Cram, to be honest. Unfortunately, they are like 1 Lost Zone card away from taking things off, but with the Sableye. But no, they can't. We can Cheren's Care here, but it's debatable if we want to. No, I think we can. I think we should, right? Because it means, although we will get Requiemed, it still means an Oinkologne that later on could be dealt with Sableye or Tina. I'd rather not have that option, or them have that option, should I say. So I think I do go for that. And I think, yeah, Maddening Scent is actually taking a KO, and I need to retreat anyway. So this all speaks for a Cheren's turn, that's for sure. Let's let's throw that V-Guard down. I'm going to bench this bad boy. Right, we don't need to dig for anything else right now. We pretty much have a lot of good cards in hand. We have our turbos to follow the Tina. I keep hitting my table as well, which is great. Let's just go for a maddening scent and see where this takes us. 3 prizes left to take, but these are going to be some difficult ones, I think. There's a jet. That's cool. They go for a flower selecting. Seems like it was a difficult one because they took a bit of time there. They're at 10 now, but this is a big turn for them. I'm assuming they're trying to find a way to take out this Mew because it's lurking threat. As soon as Tina comes into the active, all I got to do is bring Mew out and I can swing. So that said, I can't one-hit KO it. Funnily enough, I need to get multiple different types of energy on it. The double turbo would mean I actually hit a 260 on a Tina, which is not enough. So I need a turn here where I can do some dirt. They're going to bring up Bibarel though, which funny enough actually gives me that turn. But I think instead they're going for maybe trying to trap it. They also just put a choice belt on Sableye, but I'm assuming that doesn't matter in their eyes, which is correct. So they're going to go for some single prize damage here. Probably take out the Skwovet. They are going to take out the Skwovet. Okay. Now this is very good because this allows me to attach my jet energy to my Mew, which means I could sooner or later one-hit KO a Tina here. So granted, they're going to do some dirt here. It just gives me that extra turn, so I'm all right with that. And they are going to damage the Mew as well. Kind of doesn't matter though, but then again, yeah, I guess so. It kind of sets up some more Sableye plays in the future, but hey, if we've got a 1-hit KO Donny here, I think it's worth having. Right, let's just throw a jet down. Now we have the free retreat. That's good news. I need to thin my hand down now, so I'm going to play this Nest Ball, and I think I'm going to fail it. Then I'm going to Ultra Ball these 2 away. Not going to bench a Lechonk because Sableye is running around now. Let's just go for Industrious Incisor for 1, which kind of sucks, but hey, there's a Cheren's. We'll take that. And then we have to just retreat and take a KO here. And now we just need that other jet energy from the prizes, which we do have. And if we get it, we can. Oh, Iono. I'll take an Iono, actually. If my Bibarel stays alive, I'll take Iono. Because now it is Tina time, basically. It's time for Tina. They have to boss me. If not, it could spell doom. There's a Colress, so no boss. That's huge. So even though they can Requiem, I can still use their Lost Impact. There's a Water Energy on the Comfy and a Switch Cart. Going for a Flower Selecting, getting rid, I think, of a Rod. I thought it was another Switch Cart. Now, they could technically stay as Giratina V and go for Shred. That way, my Mew can't respond with 1-hit KO, but then you're trying to hit 160 on an Oinkologne that has Cheren's Care available, which is not good either. So they're in a very tricky spot, but they are definitely building up a hand that they want to see. That said, I'm going to Iono them. So if they do come in with a KO here, I'm going to Io them to 3, and that's probably going to be enough to hold off, especially now that they're playing all their cards. When they don't necessarily need to. I mean, of course, they need to retreat, but they do attach 2 to the Comfy. I guess they're thinning, right? I'm assuming they're really thinning to try and find their bosses. It's a pass. I see. Okay, well, you're kind of letting me run rampant here now, you see, because now all I really need after this is boss for game, right? To take out Comfy like a boss to Comfy for game, regardless. So yeah, a bit unfortunate for my opponent. They whiffed a turn there, but I think even if they hit it, we probably could have just found a way for game anyway. There's a boss. And if this gave us an energy, oh my God, they could have actually had a chance here. Now that is interesting. Okay. I don't think Pal Padding is really worth anything right now, but it may be worth Ultra Balling here. Is it? No, it's not, right? No, because if this Oinkologne gets swung into, I think I just take a KO. Because if this, yeah, I did need to do Heavy Stomp. Madness Scent wouldn't do it. But if they do hit into this Oinkologne, then I can Cheren's Care, and actually I get an energy from that. Oh, we hit heads as well. That's nice. But we may hit an energy here anyway. We don't. No, are you telling me that final prize is the energy I need to win? Oh, for crying out loud. That's assuming they KO the Oinkologne, right? If they KO the Mew, which they are clearly looking to do, we just boss for game. So it's fine. But we do need, we may be in a situation where we genuinely need energy. We've been Rock Sand, which is fine with the barrel protection. Is there an energy? There's no energy. Oh, but we do have boss. Their correct play is to star Requiem here. That said, they have to take how many prize cards? I don't know, man. They have to get really lucky with, to be fair, there's nothing they can do Sableye-wise either. They're at least like 3 turns away from winning. I'm 1, so we're okay. They obviously can't boss up my Mew anyway, so it seems like they are going to go for, oh, they're gonna Impact? Escape Probe? They really want my Mew, don't they? They really want my Mew. Okay, sure thing. Interesting decision. And they scoop. Yeah. They were so scared of them. You could tell they were scared of it. That's the power of Mew, man. Don't get me wrong, though. Oinkologne did do its bit. We had a Cheren's Care here and there. We did do some good damage with it and put the pressure on. And that's lovely to see Oinkologne beating a Lost Tina so comfortably. We're playing Lost Box, which is not that bad, really. Our healing's quite good for this. We're going to Manaphy down pretty much right away here. We have some other search here. Look at this, bro. We have all the search we need, so I can get Manaphy with that. Let's get ourselves a Lechonk into play. Nest Ball again for another Lechonk, I think. Then we're going to go for probably a Radiant Gardevoir and a Mew. I don't like the sound of the Mew. I think instead I might go for a Bidoof. Yeah, double Bidoof, why not? I'll throw a Rigid Band on the Chonk, throw a double Turbo, and then I'll end my turn. Now, you might notice, Shawnee boy, you're looking a bit different. It's because I just came out of the shower, you idiot. What else would you think? Oh, look, they throw Charmander down. No, in all seriousness, got a brand new light to replace the other one, because the other one was just, yeah, not good. So, yeah, I managed to do that and decided to bring back the old background. I'm looking pretty suave, in my opinion. I'm loving it. They're struggling, which is good news for us. There's an argument to be made here that I attach Turbo and then just go for like a research, because they're dead drawing. I don't want to judge them. And if I do get away to retreat, then I can just Oko the Cram. But I could attach to Bidoof here and then retreat and then come in, but I'll be hitting like no damage. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to throw a Turbo down. Let's give it a shout. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, there's the Oinky. Oinky doinky coming down. We do have Bibarel, so let's throw that bad boy in. Now, we don't have to worry too much here about manually retreating this Bidoof, I think, for now. I mean, we do have retreat in here. No, we have our jets and they are hidden and our switches are not here. So, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait for a jet to come through. But we've got draw, bro. We've got draw. And they're dead drawing, so it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's another Oinky coming in. Lovely. Guess there's no harm throwing a path down either. Then we'll go for Industrious Incisors. Kind of just want to find our Jet Energy next turn, but we can do that. Jet Energy is also a bit of a low-key good card in his deck. Not only because, of course, you can pivot and stuff a bit easier, but more importantly is if you get hit by the as an Oinkologne, or if you swing as an Oinkologne, let's say, and you've done Heavy Stomp and you can't attack the turn afterwards by flipping tails, if you have a Mew on the bench or another Oinkologne, all you got to do is throw the Jet on one of them and it will switch it out, removing the effects, and then you either attack with that new Oinkologne, or you just retreat the Mew for free. So, again, I have another use case for Mew there. It's really, really good because it allows you to use Heavy Stomp multiple times, which is quite a big deal. Either way, a rare candy on the Zard is coming out, and they go for an Infernal Ring. Going to be able to retreat this and go for a swing. But they're not swinging yet. Okay, sure thing, Chief. Let's go for a Judge. The Cheren's going to be quite good in the early game against the Zard, huh? That would be lovely. Still no switch, but I might have to just, retreat manually here with the double Turbo. Let's see. Let's incise this quickly, see if we get any love. We don't. I think I'm just going to have to manually retreat and start going in. You know what I mean? It's got to happen eventually, right? I can't just sit here and pass. I do get one more draw from the Bibarel because of that. I swear if it's a jet. Okay, we're fine. All right, we'll do a Heavy Stomp for 170. There it is. Flip a coin. We get heads, so we can attack next turn. And that's quite a big deal because we can definitely set up a 2-hit KO on the Zard, which is what we want. That said, that means the Cheren's care is not going to be as viable because they are playing around our Maddening Scent. Well, I assume so. They're probably just not finding any Pokemon to bench. These decks like having a bunch of comfies, don't they? So I don't think they're intentionally playing around me. But it might work out in their favor, funnily enough. Either way, an Artisan coming in, getting a comfy down, and they go for an Escape Rope. Huh, okay. It's actually best to go for Radiant Gardevoir here. They're obviously going to go for a swing, so I'll give them Gardevoir. Gardevoir's doing nothing. It's just taking up a bench spot. I could throw a Mew down, and that could do with Zard in the late game. If we get to a point where we hit 330 where they're hitting 330, we could do that with Mew. So, well, assuming we have the point of the prize cards doing so, but you know what I mean. Imagine having a 1-hit KO on Zard in the late game. It's an interesting feeling. I've done it before when I've played Lugia with Mew. It's quite nice. They go for a pass. Okay, sure. We top deck the Jets. Alrighty then. I think you know what we're doing here. We're throwing a Jet on this one. I think we have a KO here. It's 3 for each, and that's 7 in total. So we get it. We get a KO on the comfy. So that's perfectly fine. Jet bringing in the Oinkologne, and that's gonna be a 70 on a Maddening Scent. Now, granted, Charizard is still hitting pretty hard, but they're not hitting enough yet to Oko us, and that's where Cheren's care hopefully comes in. There's our other Jet Energy. Jesus. The thing is, I need a Skwovet down. I was hoping they KO'd this, but they didn't. Nice little Skwovet being out. I've reset my hand. It's so important in this deck, man. They're gonna Artisan for another Charmander, so it's even more important. Get myself the paths out again, but we are kind of bricked up, unfortunately, and they're playing Choruses. They're not going to disrupt my hand here, so there it is. They go for Chorus, get rid of a Jet and a Fire Energy. Nest Ball coming down. They get a Radiant Greninja, so it's good that we've got the Manaphy down early there, even though I probably think we're not going to see it. You can see Radiant Greninja in this deck, but I don't think we will. That Moonlight Shuriken, of course. We will see it do conceal cards, however. Getting rid of a basic Water Energy and drawing. Comfy on the bench. I just realized this Donnie is blinged out his deck. Look at this. Oof. They throw the Jet down on a Comfy. They are trying to get somewhere here. What are they trying to do? Get Sableye going? The 7 in a Charizard Lost Box isn't as... It's good, but it's not... In it, even my phone's getting excited. It's not as important compared to other variants, right? They just go for a Spit Innocently for 80 damage. Is this really Cheren's careable? I mean, technically, yes. Oh, we got an Ultra Ball to help thin in. That's good. I'll get rid of a VIP pass. Or just get rid of an Oinkologne here, I think. And then just fail it. There's no harm in throwing the V-Guard just to be able to draw an extra card here. Sure thing. The V-Guard won't do anything, but we can draw one more card. It could be the difference. It's a Pal Pad. I can recover a Cheren and a Judge. That's quite good, actually. So we'll do that. And we do have double Bibarel. I forgot. So we can draw one extra card. Why? And it's a Cheren. No shot. Now I regret attaching for turn, but then again, I had to attach, right? We are KOing the Cram. Now, if I do KO the Cram, they're hitting 270, right? So it's very important I Cheren's care here because they hit 270 on this. It won't be enough. And that means I can open up with another Cheren's care later on. So I'm going to pick it up. Unfortunately, I could bench this Skwovet, but I have to bench another Lechonk. It'd be stupid not to. Let's do that. Now, we have to heavy stomp here, but we do have the Jets and the Oinkologne. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, there's a tail, so we're going to need to do that next turn. But then again, we're trying to find Cheren's care anyway. So we don't even want this Oinkologne in the active next turn. Either way, there's a path, finally. But I think it might be too little too late. They're probably going to get their other Zard out now. They grab a Sableye, so that's going to be interesting. But they just keep filling up their bench. So I'm happy with that. They go for a flower selecting. Bear in mind, they still need to take 6 prize cards, by the way. And also, they are not benching any Manaphy. So if we somehow get a free bench slot, it could be worth benching the Mew and trying to get that going. Because we could just, like, if we take 1 prize next turn, we could just literally take game by using Greninja's attack. There's that to think about as well. Either way, they do get their other Charizard out. And they're going to accelerate to it. They didn't accelerate to the Comfy, though. But they are going to Mirage Gate probably to retreat it and get an energy on the Sableye. No, they're getting one on the Ninja? Oh, I see what they're trying to work on here. They can Sableye now, get rid of the Manaphy, and then open up for a Bibarel, but is it too little too late for that kind of play? I mean, you're going to let me bench a Mew, right, which I can attach an energy to, and then you're going to let me evolve into my Oinkologne? Oh, I don't know how I feel about this, because all I got to do then is find a Turbo, and then I can just boss Greninja. Although that said, having Clunked Up Hand doesn't really help with that, does it? Either way, they're going to go for the Lost Mine, and they're going to take... Oh, no, they can take out the Chonk, can't they? Yeah. Wait, hold on. So they're not going to take out Manaphy? I'm putting 7 on the Chonk. They can't KO the Manaphy. I don't know if that was correct, because I've still got an active Lechonk, right? I'm going to bench Mew now, that's for sure. Put a Jet energy to reset my Oinkologne. I just don't think they probably just didn't see this coming, right? They probably don't see these kind of plays. I'd love to bench Skwovet, but I've got to bench Mew, bro. All right, let's throw the Jet to reset our Oinkologne. That's lovely. I am going to throw the path down. Why not? Then I'm going to retreat and then go for a... I can do Maddening Sense. It does mean we're one-hit KO'able now. Oh, but then if I do this, then I can't Greninja for game next turn. Oh, man. Okay, I didn't think this through. That said, if they do catch up in prize cards, Mew can still be a heavy swinger, so it's not the end of the world. We do need a Turbo, though. That's the only thing I'm thinking about, which we only have 1 in deck. Oh, this is a wrap. Oh, no, I don't know how I feel about this. I might have to give them a turn where they can take an extra prize or something just to try and rebuild. But that was my only way to attack this turn, so yeah, it is what it is, right? I had to make that play, you know. They're just going to go for a straight Burning Darkness. They got no thoughts about it. They're like, yeah, now. Burning Darkness now. Right, double Turbo is absolutely critical here. Oh, gosh. All right, there's a boss. I don't know how I feel about a boss, you know. Man, I should have just saved a spot, right, for Skwovet, because I need to see cards here, and Skwovet's not doing it for me. Yeah, I do have to bench Lechonk still. It's just, it is what it is, right? I can Ultra Ball, however, and get rid of some stuff. That's good. Gives at least a spot for 1 Bibarel draw point. We could boss as well and hope that we hit it. It does increase our draw, but I'd rather just hit the 1 in sizes first, and let's have a look what we get. Cheren's care? No, you're coming a little too late, my friend. I could throw a Jet onto Gardy here if things do get... No, because then I could just manually retreat if things get tricky. Throw a Jet on the Mew, right? Right, I have to now boss Greninja, I think. Or do I boss up a Zard again? Because if I get Turbo, I can hit the Zard quite hard. That rhymed. And we do have boss to kind of see game next turn if we hit it now hard. But then if I boss up Greninja, then I can just boss KO that, right? And then go for the play. So I think we boss up Greninja, and we pretty much have to get a Turbo here. If not, it's kind of a yikers. Oof. Right, so I'm going to attach to the Mew, and then I'm just going to retreat to Gardy, and then just say, right, we have to kind of pray in their 10-card hand they don't have a boss. That's kind of tricky. This is the thing with Charizard, right? The late game potential is just so strong, man. There's a switch card of all things, and they do boss. That's not good. That's not good at all, boys and girls. That's a yikers. We can't even tank the Zard now. Yeah, I think that's a GG. We just whiffed turns where we could have won if we just hit the right cards. I think it all came from the fact that I have 2 Bibarel down and I didn't have a spot for Skwovet, because Skwovet's so important for like churning through your deck and allowing you to find your cards you need. Like, there were turns where we just needed 1 or 2 cards and the whole tide of this game would have stayed in our favor. But no, we have to end up with the Chonk going down, unfortunately, here, which kind of sucks. All because our Charizard is just that strong. And our paths got bounced at important times, didn't they? they? So yeah, it is what it is. See, there's a Judge, there's a Rigid Band. Even the Judge last turn could have been big because they could have not had the boss, but nah, it's just not it, Chief. Yeah, if I am, two boss here as well. If I am correct, they are 1-hit KOing me. I'm playing assuming that they can't, but I think they can. Yeah, there you go. Started off so strong, but just fell off in the late game, but that's hard for you, man. It's just that good. And that, my friend, is the two-sided coin of Oinkologne. It definitely has new tricks up its sleeve, but isn't still too favorable in the meta. But, you know, it's a little ladder deck. I can't lie. I did go on a little cheeky, like, 5-win streak with this deck when testing it, because sometimes your opponent just can't deal with those 2-hit KO times where you're, you know, recovering and healing with the Cheren's Care. And that's a massive deal, because that basically buys you an extra turn, and that's huge for something like an Oinkologne. So I wouldn't be too hasty in discrediting it for a ladder deck. Regardless, that's going to be it. So if you like to enjoy, please subscribe for more. Take care of yourself. And that is 4 fingers. Where's my 5th? I've lost my 5th finger.